Hi, my name is Darby. Over the last couple of weeks I've had the opportunity to talk about Bristol Archive Records and Sugar Shack Records, but this week, Reggae Archive Records.
Are you ready?
Reggae Archives was a natural progression from Bristol Archive Records. The model worked, and the model worked particularly well within the reggae community. So what we did was we decided that we create another label for British reggae that sits outside of our local community, i.e. Bristol, so London, Birmingham, Manchester primarily. Only British, because we've got no interest in Jamaican artists. We'd like to concentrate on our roots, on our heritage. Artists that came maybe from Jamaica originally with their parents or came by themselves, but from our historical viewpoint, we're fascinated by how people aren't really aware of how brilliant British reggae was. Way back when in the 70s and the 80s, there were the most amazing records, most amazing artists, but they seem to have been forgotten. Well, our mission statement was always with Bristol Archive to recognise and remember, so we're trying to roll that out and pay credit to these phenomenal, talented people.
Ready to go
Very, very difficult to find the artists. As you can imagine, lots of these artists go under pseudonames. So what you have to do is you effectively have to become like a detective. You get a lead, maybe through Facebook, you follow it up, you then have to make the phone call, you have to make friends very quickly, they don't trust you. You then have to talk them into a situation where you can travel to meet them. You go to a strange area of Birmingham perhaps, you get the opportunity to meet and greet, and hopefully you'd sell the story and the concept of what we've done with Bristol Archive, and hopefully then they come on board and get involved with you. But it really is like being a detective in terms of private investigator trying to track people down. It is ridiculously difficult. Well, we've released some great records on Reggae Archive from London. We partnered up with Fashion Records. We did 2 compilations with Fashion. We've released a brilliant 12-inch with Tribesman, but our main success to date has come through our relationship with the Birmingham people. Now, Birmingham is not that far away, so it's quite easy for us to work that area. But what we've done is we became very well connected very quickly through a very influential character, a man called Fat Man. Fat Man was in a band called Black Symbol. Black Symbol are from Handsworth, and Symbol is like a community leader. Steel Pulse, David Hines from Steel Pulse was brought up on that road. Another reggae band from Birmingham, Cornerstone, were on that road. So the whole thing has just evolved through connections, networking, and a lot of help from Fat Man. Okay, with the relationship with Fat Man from Black Symbol, we were lucky enough to get permission to re-release Handsworth Explosion Volume 1 and Volume 2. Now these records, the original pressings, would now go for £150 on eBay. But you can probably tell that Handsworth Explosion is where we got the concept and the idea for the Bristol Reggae Explosion series. So we borrowed that idea from Fat Man, and these records were basically paid for by his family to give an opportunity for local people in Handsworth to go in the recording studios and make brilliant reggae music. We follow that up, because of the success of the comps, with a fantastic double LP and a gatefold sleeve, which is the full story of Black Symbol, the full story of that family band, and the full story of how much impact they had on the reggae scene in the UK. June the 29th, we release our biggest record. Double LP, gatefold sleeve, CD, digital download, but it's called The Midlands Roots Explosion Volume 1. Now, what does that mean, The Midlands Roots Explosion? Well, what it means is Steel Pulse have agreed to put tracks on a record. Musical Youth, Past the Duchy, everybody remembers that tacky track, but they were a roots band before they became a pop act. Fantastic track from them called Political. All the big reggae bands in Birmingham, all of them are on this record, and we just can't wait for it to come out. The vibe that we've already got from journalists in countries around the world and also in the British press is that it's going to be a big record. Probably big record means still not selling that many, but in terms of the impact and telling the story of the Birmingham scene, nobody's ever done it before, and we're lucky and blessed that they've trusted us to tell their story.
Who they fear, that's why they hide behind the hoods and cloaks. They wear a holler and die for. Now let me go.
Okay, that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching, and look out for some more of these shows where I'm going to be going back in time and bringing out some of the big stars, or perhaps not so big stars, but influential characters from the Bristol music scene. Check us out on www.bristolarchiverecords.com. Thanks very much.